perspective, now I know AK just spoke, I think it was like a day or two ago. I didn't see it because I've kind of tuned them out. Like it's kind of like Eberflus press conferences at this point. And the most shocking thing that I did see tweeted out was he didn't expect the offense to be that bad, which was funny. But with the additions of a Javon Carter, of a Torrey Craig, the Zach LaVine trade rumors being arrested. What you are expecting from the Bulls? Now I know we had you on my Bulls podcast last year. Like, is there anything that's much different from a year ago that you think about this team, or the same thing?
I mean, the principal characters are the same, but
Yeah.
it's how will they perform, right? Like DeMar DeRozan at the end of last year, we saw DeMar DeRozan wear down injury
Yeah.
wise, right? Like DeMar has always been a cat that no matter what he was going to play, it's one of the tougher dudes in the league. But year 13, year 14, the things that happen to you are getting ready to happen. So
Things break down.
and I think this team has a simple math problem, man. They don't take enough threes. And for everybody out there, well, you just want them to throw up more threes? No. I mean, the profile of how they play offensively has to change. They got to play faster. They have to play faster. And the problem is two of the three guys that are their principal offensive producers aren't pace players.
Yeah.
Right. And if you're not a pace player, that means you got to find threes somewhere else. And if you're not finding those threes somewhere else, you have to protect that arc like nobody's business. So the simple math equation won't come out on the wrong side, more times than not. That's why with this talent, they've hovered around the same win total over the last couple of years as well, because you're playing an uphill game every night if you're not taking at least 33s, 32, 33, 34 threes a game, because teams who get a chance to run and do it, they're finding threes on the break. Like fast breaks now have become fast threes. So it's
exactly.
if you and it's all like, I don't mean it's all nerdy basketball shit, but like when we take a look at it, the Bulls don't hit the offensive glass, right? Nope. So you've always got people back. So sometimes that defensive efficiency can be a little bit misleading, because if I've always got people back and I'm going to stop you because I'm not taking the ball out of the, you're not taking the ball out of the net, and I got people back, well, that's limiting also the fact that those offensive rebounding opportunities, that 3 or 4 that might lead to 6-7 extra points, that affects the bottom line. So right. If I'm always back and we're not taking any threes, the equation is kind of jacked up. Then you put yourself in a position that you have to play as efficient as you possibly can in the half court and the mid range, which is where DeMar DeRozan and
where DeMar lives. What makes
yeah. So it's like you have to be damn near perfect every night offensively with that equation. So if something's going to change and you have the same players, I like to see Patrick Williams get the ball off the glass and run. It's the only way.
I like to see him do anything.
Well, it's the thing. It's the thing. We keep waiting. Like I'm hearing people say, like Arturo said, our young guys got to play better. Like we know we're getting out of Zach, we know we're getting out of Vooch, we know we're getting out of DeMar. Our young guys got to play better. Well, young guys also got to feel like they're a part of it too.
Yep.
And Kobe White, Patrick Williams, Ayo Dosunmu, some of these other guys, like you have a 10-man rotation. You've got 5 guards that you have to play. Like you've got one wing who could also play the 4. Like there's so many different responsibilities. And on top of it, hey man, when you get the ball, can you shoot it every single time? Like that's why you see Kobe White and Patrick Williams kind of at a crossroads right now, like one going one way seemingly and the other one being a little bit more neutral or stagnant than the other ones, because Kobe White understands that when I got the ball now, I either have to be the reason why we get in the basket, or I got to be the guy taking the shot, because to ask that much of these young dudes, and it's expected because they're getting paid, right? Like they're NBA players.
Kobe just got a new contract.
Yeah. You getting this much leeway in the offense. You got to take it, right? So it's not only on everybody else making sure that these young dudes are playing the style that they want to play, because when they're in there, they want to run. right? And if you're not taking the ball off the rim and DeMar's getting it, well, you got to get to your spot on the court now. It's half court game. So if he's the main decision maker more times than not, then there's a certain pace that you are going to be forced to play. Like in a perfect world for me, and I thought this midway through last year, like when you give a guy a max contract, it's time for you to allow the game to show him what he can and can't do. Like it's time to, hey, DeMar, half of these possessions where you take it off the rim and you dribble it up, hey, look for 8 or let 8 take it off. Like I want to see the things now. You work hard and we see it. The issue is I think they have so much respect for each other that, one may
think they're scared to butt heads.
Not even scared. It's they both know why they're there. Like they both know what got them there. Like it's like when you hear people talk about coaches, right? And you hear somebody go, "Why is this coach running this defense there?" Well, shit, this is what got him hired. Right? Like this is, you know what I'm saying? Like this is like all of a sudden you're gonna go home like, "Hey, baby, we gotta run a 3-4 because this coach get my ass.
We gotta switch it up now."
You know what I'm saying? It's like, but baby, you don't know how to teach that. Shut up, goddammit. We gotta run this. We gotta figure this out. You know,
I didn't ask all that.
Right. At this point in DeMar's career, you're like, hey, we need you to take it back to the San Antonio.
Yeah.
DeMar with a bunch of young kids and a building culture. And you're like, wait a minute, though. I done told everybody in the league that I was the man and y'all should have signed me. And these last 2 years of proving that, it's kind of hard to come off that. If you Zach, it's kind of hard to go play with Team USA, be around the best in the world and have them be like, yo, you cold. Like, you pretty dope. Like, all the shit that we've heard about you,
it's valid.
And then you come back to the crib and you're like, hey, man, I am pretty dope. Like, you know what I mean? You start looking around at the locker room like, guess who I'm better than? And I'm not saying that's what he did, but I'm just saying it's like you got two guys who have proven their worth in the NBA, and it's up to one of them to say, all right, this is obviously not working.
Yeah.
Like you go from 46 wins to 40 wins. And the Lonzo Ball piece has been removed long enough that that is the outlier now.
Yeah.
You've got enough raw data for a year and a half with this group. What's going to change? So if the principal characters aren't changing, what are the characters going to do to change this thing? So now, and shout out to my man Casey Johnson. I read the piece on NBCSportsChicago.com about, using Vooch in a more Domantas Sabonis kind of role, and how Thad was when he was here, that elbow cutting off him and kicking it out and all those things. Cool. It sounds good. I want to see the application of it because you're getting to a point, and Vooch already said it. Like, I don't say anything that these dudes ain't saying. Vooch is like, yo, this is the last go round for this squad.
Yeah.
So if it's the last go round, is it the, hey man, you cold, I'm cold go round, or is it the let's prove something here and try to get some wins on the way out? So that's what this season will be for me, just seeing how those two guys' roles change, if at all, with the results being what they have been over the last year and a half as far as the offense is concerned. Because I can take this defense being, 9th, 10th,
middle of the road,
right, 11th in the league. I can't. The offense being at 24th in efficiency, and with the amount of threes they're not taking, you're setting yourself up for issues, man.